Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Special Education Department Open House. My name is Rebecca McAlpine. I am the Director of Engagement. I get the privilege and honor of being the host for you throughout your experience here in our weeks of welcome offerings. And today we have also the honor and the privilege of our Director of Special Education, Amy Foodie, who is here with us today. Amy's going to go ahead and take us through this presentation. There will be a time for questions and answers at the end of today's presentation. We're excited to see you at all of our additional WOW offerings that will continue all the way through Monday, August 28th. So at this time, I'm going to hand off the microphone and Amy is going to take it away. Thanks so much, Amy.
Welcome, everyone. Glad to have everybody here who's able to join us today for our Special Education Open House. So today, our agenda, we're going to review the mission and vision of Compass Charter School, of course, our Compass values. I'm going to talk a little bit about our department priorities, let you meet some of our team. Then we're going to go over some of our actual more specific goals for this school year. Have you meet our ed specialists, as well as some of our other providers. Talk about what special ed is at Compass, and then we'll be able to do some Q&A. So the mission and vision of Compass, of course, is to inspire and develop innovative, creative, self-directed learners, one scholar at a time. Our vision is to create a collaborative virtual learning community. We want to inspire our scholars to appreciate the ways in which arts, science, nurture curiosity for lifelong learning, prepare scholars to take responsibility for their future successes. So Compass operates on our Arctic values. So we care about achievement, respect, teamwork, integrity, and communication. So with this, we have some priorities that we set last year and we're still working on. Our Special Education Department priorities are to increase collaboration with you, our learning coaches, and our supervising teachers. We want to increase learning opportunities for our learning coaches, our educational partners, to help support our scholars even better. And we want to continue to monitor the effectiveness of our educational materials. So what is special education at Compass? Compass is a virtual, non-classroom based, independent study charter school. That's a mouthful. That means we don't operate in a classroom or a school setting. We have learning coaches, our parents, who provide the bulk of the instruction with support from Compass staff. So with special education, we provide inclusive, meaning every scholar is assigned to a general education supervising teacher, virtual education opportunities to meet their special education needs. Each scholar's special needs will interact with the general ed curriculum through their supervising teacher, with our educational specialists or their case managers, also providing collaboration and support to make sure we're meeting the needs of the scholar, any accommodations we can help use the learning coach put in place, and the supervising teacher support. Our educational specialists provide that specialized academic instruction. So throughout the week, multiple times for most scholars, they will have scheduled service time that was agreed upon in the IEP for the number of minutes, where the scholars work with a credentialed special education teacher, working towards their goals and objectives and supporting general ed curriculum. We have related service providers who, here at Compass, we contract with non-public agencies to provide those services. And of course, we do all we can to make sure that we are following all of the federal laws through IDEA, the Individuals of Disabilities Education Act, and our California Ed Code. So here's our special education team, kind of our management team. And I am happy to announce we also, just a couple days ago, have been able to add Roya DeZeta, who will be a program specialist for Compass. So there's me, Amy Foodie. We have Lauren Jeffries, who is one of our coordinators. She works with our secondary scholars and teachers. Leslie Sharma, she works with our TK through middle school teachers and scholars. And Roya, who isn't pictured because, again, she just joined us, will be a program specialist. Her role will be to support our ed specialists and our scholars. She'll be coaching with our educational specialists, helping them and provide the best instruction they can. So here's our case managers and educational specialists. We also just added Christina Tonkin to this list to work with some of our Mod Severe scholars. So we have Amber Tungett, Andrea McCormick, Elise D'Agostino, Jill Misner, Kim Miles, Latonia Thomas, Catherine Kowalski, Jessica White, Lynn Buka, Rebecca McFarland, Siobhan Shore, Susan Berry, Tracy is gone, Kathy Marino, Bailey Melton, and Christina Tonkin. So what is specialized instruction? Specialized instruction is instruction that meets the unique needs of a scholar provided by a specialized teacher, a special education teacher. It's generally provided virtually, since Compass is a virtual charter school, and those are synchronized sessions. Sessions are generally in groups, small groups, but group. We do provide in every once in a while some individual services when the IEP goals require it, but students work and learn so much more when they're in a group, small group, because they have that opportunity to learn from each other. We follow the individual education plan to determine the frequency, duration of services. Compass employs our ed specialists. They are a part of our team. They are teachers here at Compass, and we contract for our related services. But this year, we're working on ways in which even our related service providers through the non-public agencies we contract with are part of the Compass team in a much more robust manner. So what are the ed specialist duties? Well, of course, they're going to schedule and plan their SAI sessions, and then they teach those specialized academic instruction sessions. Specialized academic instruction is not tutoring. This is specific instruction specialized to meet, so a scholar can meet their goals and objectives and progress with their general education curriculum where they're at. Our ed specialists write the IEPs for those scholars that they're working with. They, of course, have to do a lot of logistical work when it comes to scheduling IEP meetings, holding those IEP meetings. They do a lot of work behind the scenes, doing consultations with the other providers who may be working with a scholar, with the general ed supervising teachers. They collect and gather data, so we are constantly monitoring progress. And of course, they have to update all information in our SACE system, which is our IEP, electronic IEP system, and our student information system. So we're all communicating together and working together for the benefit of the scholar. Other responsibilities, again, the instruction, keeping calendars, monitoring delivery of education, special education, and those related services. So our ed specialists and case managers are constantly in contact with the other providers to make sure services are taking place, there's no issues, things are going well. We have to keep attendance. Scholars are expected to attend their SAI and related services as it's written in the IEP. Our ed specialists have to monitor goals. They monitor the goals they're working on, and then they gather information from our related service providers on the goals they're providing. They do a lot of work to prepare materials, prepare that support, communicate with you, the learning coach, and parent if they're different. Regarding the scholar's progress, they have to collaborate with our counselors at the secondary level, really work on transition planning, getting scholars ready for graduation or completion. All of these things are very important and part of the role of our special education teachers, who we call education specialists. So this year, we're really working hard for our educational specialists and to work very closely with our supervising teachers. So you may see an ed specialist there at one of the connections meetings this year, maybe two, because it's important that we show that we are working together, collaborating, communicating. Because it's important, part of the job of the special education teacher, ed specialist, is to assist to be sure that the accommodations a scholar needs are in place. If a scholar needs modifications, how are we modifying things? Are we doing it appropriately? What suggestions, supports, help do they have? Talk about if a scholar needs a little extra help, how can we communicate some ways to help with study skills? So we're working this year to establish some really good systems. So we're contacting and connecting with our the general education teachers, supervising teachers, so that we're all working together as a team to support the scholars here at Compass with special education services. So with that, our ed specialists have responsibilities to our parents. So at the beginning of the school year, our ed specialists will be reaching out to introduce and set up schedules. We provide services during these school hours only. And with small groups, our ed specialists will be contacting the parents to put together small groups to work with scholars that are with similar age and needs. So we can have good instruction. During the school year, your ed specialist will be monitoring progress. They'll be providing those progress reports to you and communicating with you as the learning coach regarding what progress you're seeing. We'll have consistent communication. This year, our team has agreed that every week we're going to be reaching out to our learning coaches to get information on how our service is going, attendance, progress, and be able to reach out. So if you have any concerns as the learning coach, you can connect back. So that'll be on a weekly basis, probably the second week of school to begin that. Our ed specialists, of course, work closely with our learning coaches regarding the IEP meetings with scheduling, getting to know what your priorities as the learning coach are for your child. And we're here to be a support. Our ed specialists are a support to our families of scholars with special education and related needs. So how can a learning coach assist? Well, beginning the school year, make sure you're connecting with your ed specialist and working together to ensure that services are in place based on the IEP, the signed IEP, the one we agreed upon. Monitor your scholar's schedule for these special education classes and related service appointments. Scholars are expected to attend their special education services. If adjustments or something needs to be done, you need to contact the ed specialist or case manager, and we may have to hold an IEP meeting to make adjustments. Participate in the IEP process because our learning coach and parent is, of course, an extremely important member of that team. We need your input. We need your consent. We need to be sure that we're meeting the needs and priorities of your child. So please remember, reach out to your education specialists with any celebrations and concerns throughout the year. Again, we'll have those weekly emails going out to give you that opportunity to talk, but don't just wait for that. At any time, please email or call. So here's kind of a list of some of the services and supports we have here at Compass. Of course, I've been talking about our specialized academic instruction, which the majority of our scholars have. Then we also can provide for a scholar who needs it and has been assessed for it. We call it adaptive physical education. We have many scholars who have speech and language therapy taught by a speech and language therapist. We have occupational therapy for scholars who have fine motor issues that affect their education. Physical therapy for some scholars who have some gross motor issues that are affecting their educational progress. Assistive technology, we offer counseling and mental health, and there's a few other services when required. Generally, all of our services are online or virtual because we are a virtual, non-classroom based charter school. I am proud to announce that this year, we are going to be working very closely with 3 non-public agencies. And we have some dedicated staff. So at the time of this presentation, and I believe the names are still the same, we have some of the following staff being provided by these different agencies. Oxford, PSC, and OAS are 3 of the non-public agencies. And we are doing that this year for our virtual services to really increase that team approach to providing services to our scholars. This way, we'll have less turnover. Our ed specialists and our STs, supervising teachers, and you as a learning coach will know who your providers are up front. Services are going to begin quicker this year. And we'll be working with these dedicated staff from these agencies to have them be part of our team. They'll be able to join our staff meetings, and they will be here, part of that, making sure that the Arctic values of Compass are happening in every situation for all services. So I wanted to just show some of the materials, because that's one of our priorities, is to constantly review and look at the effectiveness of some of the different materials we're using. So for math, we are using Ascend Math, which is a online math program with lots of repetition, which your scholars can work at home as well, and if they're working on it in their SAI sessions. The start of the year, there's kind of a placement test. So many of our scholars will start by taking and participating in the placement assessments to get them started. Read Naturally is a great program. It's been around for many, many years, and it really focuses on fluency and vocabulary and comprehension. And this is used for those scholars that have those reading needs. Max Scholars, another reading intervention. This is a multi-sensory phonics program, reading program, also includes writing skills, and it's based on the methodologies of Orton Gilliam In the Orton-Gilliam methodologies were put in place to address some of the needs of scholars who have been identified with dyslexia, but the multisensory approach works for just about every scholar who is having a learning disability or a disability that's affect their ability to learn to read. So excellent program, and we're doing a lot of trainings this year. And stay tuned, because this year Mass Scholar is willing to do a parent training. So mid fall semester, I'll be sending out invitations, and hopefully you'll join us to learn more about this program and how you can support your scholar at home with practice. Our newest program and curriculum is Teach Town. This year, we are doing a pilot of the materials. So we have a handful of families, supervising teachers, who have agreed that they're going to use the Teach Town curriculum as their core. And then we're also going to be using it during our SAI sessions. And Teach Town is a modified curriculum with modified adapted materials for our scholars with our most significant needs. So we're really hoping that our pilot goes well, so that next year we can have this available as core for any scholar, and we'll use it for core for any scholar who has significant cognitive needs, as well as require that modified functional curriculum. All right. So that's special education at Compass in a nutshell. So now, let's move to the next section and some questions in the chat.
Thank you so much, Amy, for that wonderful presentation. We're so grateful for all of that information that you shared with us. And as Amy mentioned, we are going to open up the chat here in a few moments for the questions. So if you are here live with us, feel free to prepare those questions. We'll open up the chat here in a moment. Those watching the recording, this ends our journey for this session together. But if you do have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always happy to field those questions as well after you finish watching the recording too. Thanks to everyone, and we hope everybody has a great rest of their day.